We have breaking news this evening out of Croatia, as it is 2 in, 2 out at Jarun. Now for more, we cross live to local reporter Chaz Hogan. Yeah, thanks, mate. Look, out goes Damjanic for 2.2. He's off to Germany, and some no-hopers off for Slovenia or somewhere for 100 grand. Now, we've also got 28-year-old Italian midfielder Ranocchia. He's joining, along with some Ghanaian kid from Bundesliga 3 no one's ever heard of. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 7, Episode 2 today. We have the second leg versus Mlada, whatever they call the Czech side. Hopefully we're going to win through that qualifying round in the Champions League, and then it's going to be a much tougher draw in the next round. It'll be the third qualifying round, I think, or maybe the playoff. I'm not sure what round we're at, but anyway, we'll hopefully have that and not a Europa League playoff. Now, transfers have happened. The first one, let's have a look at the outs. Victor Damjanic, 2.2 million to Schalke. I think he goes down as like almost the perfect signing. We got him in 1.2 million, got a couple of really good years out of him being a very key player for us. And then we've sold him on, made £1 million profit when the time was right. And that is pretty much as good as you can do, I think, anyway. I'm really happy with what he did. And now we've sold him on for a nice fee as well. So excellent news. The other one that left, we signed this guy on a free transfer. Might have even been last season. He was a young left back. We've got 110 grand and a 50% sell on just in case he does amount to anything. But I don't necessarily think that he is. He's okay, but he's not good enough for us and he's not going to make a huge profit, I wouldn't have thought. But if he does, then we'll get 50% of that. Now, let's have a look at the two ins. And I've got to say, I'm fairly excited about these guys. So the first one is Filippo Ranocchia. Now, we signed him for 195 grand from Real Vallecano in Spain there. Now, really low fee. We've sent him on a lesson to learn Croatian. He is on a little bit of cash, 7 grand a week as a squad player. For us, is a little bit of cash. But let's have a quick look at him here. Now, there's nothing particularly outstanding about him, but tell me his weakness. I just don't really see one. He is just a solid all-round midfielder, and that's why we've signed him, because he can cover any position in midfield for us. He should do a good job in any position in midfield for us, and he's resolute. There's nothing really wrong with him. So we've just signed him for 200 grand, and I, to be honest, couldn't be happier to get him. Now, if we have a look at his career to date, sort of came through at Perugia. Juventus snapped him up early, never really made it with them. Sort of got loaned around Italy. So, I mean, he's played in Serie A for a season there. He's played 4 games in the Liga, season at MLS. He's never really cracked it, you'd have to say. But, I mean, he was at Juventus for a long time. And, yeah, I think, like I say, I don't see a weakness in his game. So I think for 200 grand, he's a really good pickup for us. Now, the other player we've signed is Nurudin Antwi. Now, we've signed him for, was it 60 grand up front, 50 grand if he plays 50 games for us, so 110 maximum overall. He's a 20-year-old fullback. He's on 1,600 a week as a breakthrough prospect. And let's have a look at this guy. He signed from, it was a German third tier, like Bundesliga 3 side we got him from. And I think he might prove to be a sneaky little pickup. Now, he can play as a fullback or an attacking winger, so in that sense, if we do at some point want to experiment a little bit more with wingers, then he's going to be decent at that. Physically, he's quite good. Jumping reach and strength are a weakness, but, you know, everything else there is fine. But he has good tackling as well as good getting forward. So in that sense, he's quite a good attacking wingback for us to have. The issues, and there are a few, obviously, I prefer better positioning. If we were going to play him as a more defensive player, he needs better positioning. He needs better marking. But we can work on that, and at 20, there's a little bit to like, and for the fee that we've got him for, I think there's a lot to like. So, yeah, he hasn't really played that many games, as you wouldn't have thought, and the ones he has played have been in the third tier of German football. But, yeah, not a star player this season for us, but definitely, I think, a useful one. Now, that is that. Let's go and have a quick look at the one game there is to catch you up on. That was in the league against Slaven Belupo. We took the lead when Siraj picked out Douay at the back post, before Siraj made it 2-0 midway through the second half. So a really good performance from us, a comfortable win. The good thing about the Siraj free kick is that he did the exact same thing a couple of minutes earlier, and the goalkeeper did manage to save it. Second one, of course, no such luck. So Doué had a good game. Bracalo filled in at left back for us. We still haven't definitively solved that problem with one of the new left backs getting injured and he agreeing a transfer away, but hopefully we'll be okay there. Sakanji again did a solid enough job in goal. So yeah, all in all, that's a good result for us. So 2 games in, and it is ourselves and Dinamo that lead the way. Nobody else has the perfect record, and it is Belupo and Bordeaux that have yet to get off the mark. Now, speaking of Bordeaux, we have sent Gary Turpich there for the season on loan. He should play quite a bit for them, and I'm hoping, playing top flight football more than he would do playing with us is going to do him well, and then he'll come back a better player, and we'll definitely start and use him, this time next season. So yeah, hopefully that loan works out nicely for him. So European football, let's go. So to Europe in the second leg, and Mlada, we are expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them with wingers, so we might need to trap inside. Yeah, no, that was right. So we've got Kanji in goal now. Ayasa is fit, but not really fit to play necessarily, so we might just stick him on the bench. Totic, Santiago, and Williams, we're going back to what has worked for us in Europe, and let's face it, we just need to not stuff this up. So Dekic and Vabora will be the wide players. Sithole, Kakavenga, and Palumbo in midfield. Akbarsli and Visinton will be the 2 up front. Skoko's on the bench. It was between him and Kakavenga, really. And I just kind of trust Kakavenga more at this point. So, yeah, that's what we've got. All right, so we can see the team sheets. There will be no changes, obviously, because you can't register new players in between the ties, which is why none of the new signings are on the bench or anything. Home form is important to us. Let's make that count. I think we've seen before, whenever I've said in for a second leg, and we do love a second leg collapse, let's be honest. But yeah, we have in the past, or I have in the past said, don't get complacent, which is what I've always said when we're the second leg lead. They seem to take that, our team seems to take that as, well, let's get complacent then. So I just want a boring second leg, if I'm honest. And yeah, well, let's hope that if we just say home form's important to us, treat it like a new game, maybe they'll play it like a new game. But big thank you to all our Patreons and channel members scrolling across the bottom there. As I've said many times, if you enjoy my content and you're able to, there's links in the description. There's like little thank you perks, one of which is the name scrolling across the bottom there. But yeah, if not, just watch the ads. But it is greatly appreciated for that support. So don't stuff it up, boys. That's all I ask of you. Let's give them some early praise here. And actually, playing the way we are, it does it should, in theory anyway, stop their number 10 from having space. Now, 3 centre-backs is probably overkill. But hopefully it'll help protect from the wingers as well if we've got our wing-backs. So, let's see. Ball into the box, and Sakanji can't get to it. And we are 1-0 down on the night. Still 2-1 up on aggregate. But we're not going to stuff up another second leg here, are we? Surely not. To be fair, nice ball in, nice finish. You do wonder if maybe a better goalkeeper than Sakanji might get to that, but that's what we've got for now. Williams over a free kick to Dekic. Dekic cuts inside. There's a lot of room through the middle of the park there, isn't there? Vabora. Can Vabora pull a ball back? He cuts in himself, and David Della Vabora even gets the goal. It's 1-1 on the night. It is 3-1 on aggregate. He's off the mark now for the club as well. And, well, the 2 fullbacks or wingbacks are linking up very nicely there indeed. Cuts inside. That's a good goal, isn't it? Would be with his right foot as well, cutting in like that. And that's a very nice goal indeed. So that alleviates pressure momentarily, but are we going to go and put ourselves straight back under pressure here now? Visinton putting some pressure on. Can Palumbo get to him? No. And there's a little bit too much space for those fullbacks getting forward, and Santiago has given away a penalty. And I think we're going to need to look at putting our strikers on marking assignments, I think. Sakanji can't stop the penalty, and 16 minutes in, we're 2-1 down on the night, 3-1 up on aggregate. And it's got all the hallmarks of Besiktas and Anderlecht all over again, doesn't it? Derry City's another one where, although we did come through, I think we came through against Besiktas as well, didn't we? But like I said, we do love making a second leg as miserable for me as possible. So we'll go and send you on the right back. You can go mark the left back, and hopefully that'll stop them having quite so much space to get forward into. Now, the issue we run into here without having a number 10 is potentially having an out ball. But we'll see how we go here. We are dominating possession. We've got a corner. Palumbo knocks it in. It's towards the back post. It's headed clear. Will be picked up there by Vibora. And the centre-backs are playing around with it. Kakavanga! Oh, Kakavanga. The man for the big occasion. What a strike that is. And that is, I almost guarantee you, a goal of the season nominee at the end of this season. It is absolutely stunning. How's it look from behind the goal? Hopefully just as good. He's turned. Oh, that is stunning. That is that the best goal we've ever seen in the... No, never mind this series, just any Impossible Dream. That is absolutely stunning. And what a time to gather as well. Extend the lead back out to 2. 2-2 on the night. And I just cannot speak highly enough of that goal. And to be honest, of Kakavanga. He is, time and time again, we see him on the big occasion get the goal for us. And this is why I just trust him more than Skoko right now. So, can we get to half-time essentially where we started with a 2-goal lead? A little bit more excitement than that, but yeah, we do have that 2-goal lead. Now, do we tell them now, don't get complacent? Tosic not having a great game on a 6-5. Sakanji as well, but we know that he's not our strongest goalkeeper. He is just there right now because Ayasa is injured. Let's give them some praise. Let's try and build confidence. It's one of these right though now, isn't it? This next goal is huge. I'd be okay with it not there. So they've changed to a more direct playing style. So that's not going to help their possession numbers. And in a way, it probably plays into our hands a little bit as well. With 3 centre-backs and then Sithole in front of them, going more direct is surely not going to work for them. I mean, it's one of these. If it's not broke, don't touch it. We've just got to play out this half as best we can. And if we don't get a highlight, that means we're through. So if we just talk amongst ourselves, there doesn't appear to be much happening. Oh, what a boring half this is. Which is absolutely fine. Let's be honest. This gets us through right now. And Kakavanga is injured. Perfect. Hopefully, that's not going to be too serious, because the last thing we need is him missing for an extended period of time. I think that goal, it kind of it knocked the stuffing out of him, it appears, doesn't it? I mean, if that goes in against you, it would kind of knock the stuffing out of you, let's be honest. But here we are, into stoppage time, and it's going to be 2-2 on the night, but 4-2, crucially the away win in the first leg, and that is going to be that. So, well done us, we wanted our best there, but we were good enough. First leg triumph helps Jarun pass Mlada Boleslav, I guess you would pronounce that. The Kakavanga injury is about a month, hopefully slightly less. But here we go. RB Leipzig is our next round. That is tough. Yeah, we're going to do very well to get past them, I would have thought. So that is the third qualifying round. So it's not even the playoff, which is where you get a bit of a cash day at least. But yeah, well, we'll be back for the first leg of that. You never know. But I think we do have sneaking suspicions, don't we? Alright, welcome back. RB Leipzig it is going to be momentarily. Now, I did allow the Bracalo transfer to go through this time. It's £1 million, and I mean, he's not match sharp anyway, and I just thought, let's just get it done, and we'll deal with the left-back problem. Hopefully not for too much longer, because Hamache will be back. Now, there is one game to catch you up on. That was against Gorica in the league. So let's go see if we can keep our perfect start going. We fell behind in the first half. And that was that. Now, we probably should have taken a point from this. Philip missed quite a good chance late on, but we didn't necessarily play that well. There was Ranocchia made his debut along with Antwi. We had some youngsters at the back that did okay, to be fair. It wasn't their fault necessarily that we lost, but Siraj as well didn't have a great game. We were just a little bit off. And yeah, we paid a price for it. So disappointing, but ultimately a long loss. Only 3 games got in the season. We still have 6 points. It's not the end of the world. But RB Leipzig, this could be the end of the Champions League about to happen. Now, we are expecting a 4-4-2 out of them. So hopefully we can deal with that. They look a decent side, don't they? This is a team we're sending out. So it is Ayasa in goal, Tosic, Santiago and Williams as the back 3. Due and Vabora down the wings. Sithole, Skoko and Palumbo in midfield with Akbazli and Visinton up top. There's a little bit on the bench that we could play with. Now, we did give this guy a game, our young promising winger. I gave him a game at left wing back in the last one against Gorica. He did okay. He did really well, actually. So we could, as an attacking option at left back, maybe that's where we have a bit of a future with us. Certainly not a defensive one, though. But I suspect we might need all our defensive players for this one to keep it close. We are away from home first leg. All right, then we can see the team sheet here, so we just need to try and be in it for the second leg. There's a few names there I recognise. Denny Olmo. Now, he's Croatian, isn't he? Sesko, is that how you pronounce that? But I recognise that name as well. And there's 1 or 2 others there. Christoph Baumgartner is a name I recognise. So, I mean, a Bundesliga team in the Champions League is never, ever going to be easy, is it? So, let's play like we've got nothing to lose. I think that's probably the best approach for us to take. And, yeah, just hopefully do ourselves justice. And yeah, make up for that Gorica result. But it's one of those where we had quite a few young players. A lot of the players were lacking match sharpness, and it's just the stage of the season we're in where it's impossible to schedule friendlies because I can't put out a team in a friendly for just 1 or 2 players that we need to play. So yeah, it will be okay. It will get better. And like I say, if Philip was on his game, he just missed it. It was a free header at the back post and he just hit the crossbar. So we should have nicked the draw off it at least, and it was away from home as well, and I think it sent Gorica at the time top of the league, so maybe they're in a bit of a good patch as well. So let's see. We just need to try and get out of here with something. Maybe we can not implode in the second. Honestly, mate, I think I'm going to transfer list you. Just go away. Who can come on for him? Let's get Ranocchia on. Oh, that's silly. I can't do that. Let's cancel it. He's just a nightmare, isn't he? I don't understand, Skoko, what you're playing at. He goes through these spells where he looks like Zidane, and then he goes through other spells where, I don't want to be disrespectful, but he looks like his dad. His dad was a good player. So that's harsh. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to do with him. Vabora's got himself another booking. Excellent work. And we're now expecting them to be a tiki-taka side. Now, tiki-taka is the one, it's the one style that I've genuinely struggled to do. Has got the whole team on him. I've really struggled to figure out the best way to play against it. So let's pass it into space and maybe be more direct. And just try that. You'll notice we've gone to be more disciplined as well. I'm just wondering, with a few new players around and some players maybe not playing at their best right now, if that's going to help us. Santiago has just been done in behind. And we're 2-0 down inside 10 minutes. And this has all the makings of a tie that is not going to go well. Yeah. I don't know how much of that is just, we just need to do defensive training. And we get this every season, don't we? Where we look okay, to start things off. And then we get 1 or 2 games in and maybe flaws of stuff that wasn't quite taken care of properly in pre-season start to rear their heads. And it's too late because we don't have time to train properly. I could do a week of defensive training, but they, if we're playing 3 times in that week, they might do 3 or 4 of the whole sessions and that's it. So it doesn't really work out, but we can see here that we just look absolutely chaotic at the back. So let's go off of attacking, perhaps. and see if that helps us at all. Let's go with a focus. You know, in the pre-game press conferences and that, I just tried to take a bit of pressure off us. Just you know, say that, you know, we've got a chance, but you know, they are the better team, kind of thing. But yeah, we certainly the first 10 minutes don't look like we have a chance at all, do we? And to make matters worse, there's a few bookings in there with Sithole and Vibora as well that ideally we wouldn't have, as Santiago reads that nicely. And can we go and play Visinton in now? Not quite, as Douay does well, though. Back to Williams. There we go. Williams forward to... All right, now you can come off, mate. You're absolute... I'm tempted to transfer list him. Didn't I have Bosniak on the bench? I did. I mean, he's my little project. I know that, but he's just pissing me off. And 3-0, Ayasa probably should do better there. He's only playing a 6-2. He did play against Gorica, so it's not like he's coming to this one cold. But you wouldn't know it. Can we try a fire up, maybe? Actually look like you know how to play football. Is that a shout? Because this is just clearly not working. That was extremely poor. We gifted them... I mean, Skoko gave away a penalty and then gifted them a goal. I can't remember the second one, if that was gifted to them or not. But, I mean, ultimately, it doesn't particularly matter because, yeah, the game is essentially done at this point. So we need to be more attacking. We can bring on Fillet, maybe, in place of Santiago. Just see if that helps. Probably not, but got nothing to lose. And, I mean, this was always going to be it was a really, really tough draw. It was, I dare say, the toughest draw that we could have got. But, yeah, it's just not going particularly well, is it? Here we go. Fillet. That's a good ball for Akbarsley. Visinton in front of goal. We've maybe held onto it too long. Douay back for Fillet. Fillet has a go, and Fillet scores. Where was that against Gorica? That's a good goal, though, and it's 3-1. And it maybe, just maybe, gives us a chance in the second leg if we can, you know, keep the tie alive. At 3-0, it's probably realistically dead. At 3-1, there's maybe a chance. And Fillet, good finish. Goalkeeper maybe has some questions to answer. But let's try demanding a little bit more. Palumbo's not having a good game, so let's get Ranocchia on for him. And Akbarsley, another one not having a great game. I wonder if we get Matanovic on for him. Matanovic did have a bid come in from Dinamo Zagreb. I said they have him for 10 million. They declined them to offer that. I mean, I'm not 100% against selling him. I certainly don't want to sell him to Dinamo, though, for anything less than an absorbent fee. Oh, and the goalkeeper has come a long way there, and it was a miss. I'm not sure if it was Fillet with the miss. But maybe we gave them a little bit too much respect as they score again. And that is just bad defending at the back post with Williams and Douay, who are both supposedly good in the air. It's just a floated cross. They're both there, and they've just... I don't know if they got in each other's way, but that is a bit of a crappy goal to concede, really. Sithole only playing a 6-2, and on a booking, where's Brigic? That'll be our last sub. And, I mean, ultimately, we've just... it's a difficult one, isn't it? Have we not shown up, or are we just playing a much better side away from home? And they're kind of doing what you would probably expect them to be able to do. They're certainly, you know, they're closing us down quickly. They're making life very difficult for us. I think, it's just over. I think we have possibly been better in the second half, so I wonder if I did just give them a little bit too much respect in the first half. But we're certainly going to have nothing to lose in the second leg. And then it'll be a matter of trying to get ourselves into the Europa League if we can manage that. There is a part of me that wonders, if we're not in the Champions League for that money, are we better off in the Conference League again? And really trying to go and win that competition as Phillips hit the post. And that's a header that we really could have used going in the back of that. Ayasa has not had a good day. I wonder how much. They've only had 4 shots on target, you know. So we've been a little bit unlucky. Is Tosic about to get sent off there? No. So yeah, I mean, that's a little bit unlucky, isn't it? Whether that's all down to the goalkeeper is... Well, I guess I'm trying to think back on the goals now. You certainly can't blame him for the penalty. But to not actually save a shot, it doesn't look great, does it? Due, ball forward. Nice one to Vabora. Can he get us back into the tie? He cuts inside again. He loves doing that, doesn't he? Probably prefer if he passed to a teammate there, if I'm honest. Let's try a demand more. Can we get something back? If we can get within 2, maybe there's a chance when we go back home. Tosic. That's a good ball to find Philip. We're looking much better. Philip in the hole actually is looking quite good, isn't he? There's Matanovic. He might be offside. He's found Visinton. Is Matanovic offside, though, is the big question. It's going to go to VAR. It's not even going to go to VAR. Matanovic was offside, and that is a massive shame because we could really, really have used 4-2 going back home. 4-1 is going to rely on them being a little bit complacent, isn't it? So, I mean, look at that second half. We were much, much better. Take Skoko off the field and we look a better side, you could say. I mean, I'm going to say unlucky. I don't think we weren't 4-1 bad there, I don't think. So, cool finishing by Leipzig prevents upset. I mean, possession was roughly even. We had more shots. Yeah, maybe there is something. We'll need to score early in the second leg, but it's going to be very, very difficult, isn't it? That's for sure. But anyway, if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We won't be giving them as much respect in the second leg, that's for sure. And let me know what you think. How do we go about turning this around? We've just got to have a go at them. I think play like we did in the second half. Hope they have a complacent day. And yeah, we'll probably still lose, won't we? Take care.